Hello, and welcome to Chicago Reacts. Welcome back if you are returning, and welcome for the first time if this is the first video you have found. I am glad you have arrived. My name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be looking at Let's Game It Out. I've only looked at one of his other videos before, and it was Chaos Incarnate, which very fun for me. I'm very much excited to looking forward to this next one. This one is called What Happens When You Unleash a Psychopath on the Sons of the Forest. I have no idea what any of that means. I am very much looking forward to finding out. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps us know that this is the kind of thing you want to see. Also, leave a comment below. You can also join our Discord. The link is in the description below. And if you become a Patreon, patrons sometimes get a little bit of a leg up when it comes to determining content. So, that being said, without any further ado, let us begin. And for those of you who are back and you're wondering why we haven't been doing the drinking games for a little while, it is because I am nursing a cold. I am trying not to drink as much currently because I am feeling very sick. So, I'm not, just ill. I'm feeling ill. It's not COVID. All right, let's go. Let's find out what happens when we unleash a psychopath on the Sons of the Forest.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out.
Hey,
we're
Josh.
playing Sons of the Forest, and something tells me we're gonna have a lot of fun today. I don't know what it is. Something about it just makes me have that feeling. Oh, and also this video is sponsored by Opera GX, but more on that in a little bit. For now, it's time for new game. Now, there is a story to this game, but I'm gonna give you the quick version. We're some kind of private security. Me and old Fisheye and Kelvin over there. Creepy Kelvin. Hey, what are you guys looking at? Oh, wait a minute. You're not looking at the case files. You're looking at Opera GX, the first browser for gamers. What's that? You don't know about the browser for gamers? Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's talk about all the hot details of your next favorite browser. Let's start with compatibility. One of my first questions about a browser is usually, does it have all the extensions I'm used to using, like on other browsers? And the answer is yes, because anything that's in the Chrome Web Store, you can install right into Opera GX. You just go over there, do some clicking, and now it's all yours. You've also—
So long as similar to Firefox, where you can also get a lot of the same perks, you can get the same extensions. Firefox doesn't like steal your data. I wonder if I think Opera doesn't either. I think Opera is also like, things tend to be safer for you.
It's got a vast level of customization you can do to make the browser entirely your own. So you could go with like the default red motif, or you can customize every color and make it your dream browser. Oh, and also there's a custom Let's Game It Out wallpaper just sitting there waiting for you. And also, did you know there's mods now? There's all kinds of wacky stuff in here. Like, how about we install this one called Clicky? It does exactly what you think it's gonna do. Yeah, and there's a lot of other random things in here. It's a lot of fun to look around and see what you find. Also, I've got to talk about my favorite thing, the GX Corner. I love that it shows me a release calendar of upcoming games, and if you download Opera GX through my linky in the description, you'll get this custom little section that shows the last 3 videos that I've put out. Geez, when is this guy gonna put out another video already? And there's honestly so much more in this browser. I bet you'll find something on your own that'll quickly become your favorite. So if this sounds good to you, there's a link in the description to download right now for free. And thanks again to Opera GX for sponsoring. Anyway, where are we? Oh, about to crash, that's what. Oop, there goes Fisheye. Kelvin, hang in there, you're gonna be fine. I got you. No, I don't. Well, I'm sure that we'll be okay. We're only sinking to the bottom of the ocean. You're right, Kelvin. I should get out of here. Oh, good news. We made it. As did our knapsack and this emergency pouch thing. Here we are in what I believe is our randomized starting location. We've got a couple of things here, including things we can pick up like rocks. We can also open up these things to discover what's inside, like blue paper tape. Gimme those. Oh, and we also have this guy crying out in misery and pain. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's Kelvin. And we could hold E to pick him up, but I think instead we're just gonna leave him there for now. After all, look at all this gear we gotta collect. Let's see, let's just— ooh, a space tarp. I'm sure you'll come in handy. And after we go ahead and pop all of these and take their contents, everything from bullets to grenades. Grenades? I mean, this isn't gonna work, is it? Well, only one way to find out. Oh. I mean, I guess it does work. You know, maybe we won't do that.
Okay, that's interesting, because I was wondering about that. Like, if this is one of those games where you can just leave your associate just writhing in pain forever while you continue to shop and then come back for him later and it doesn't matter? Or do you have to like take care of him right away, or that'll have ramifications later? But it does seem at the very least that you can, in fact, have some friendly fire. I'm kind of tempted to get a drink just for friendly fire, honestly, because that's a peak. That's a pinnacle of the drinking game, as you drink for friendly fire.
Don't worry, though. We're still just gonna let him writhe around on the ground for a while. Anyway, back to collecting all of these things. I'm glad that these totes are organized the same way I would do it. Full of desk lamps and calculators and... Is that a xylophone? A treasure trove. And some flares. Hey, Kelvin, is this gonna help you out? Not at all, but it sure was funny. Oh, actually, you know what? Your emergency condition reminded me of something. First off, this is our inventory. And this right here is our emergency pouch, which contains some nice emergency goodies. Ooh, like this axe here. Oh, and how tempting this is. But that's not what an axe is for. We're supposed to be using the axe for this. Huh, ha, ha. Glorious tree cutting. Well, isn't that both easy and fun? I love any game that lets you assert your dominance over nature. Although I sure hope Kelvin is okay. Oh yeah, he's fine. And also,
why is he like writhing around like that too? I mean, surely he like kind of drowned, right? Or like he was in the process of drowning. He got all the way up here. He's just like writhing around in this patch of sea. Like, why didn't we have the same instance? Did he eat some of the seaweed and now he is tripping?
Hey, Kelvin, what's all this stuff over here? Are these other friends of ours? I'm gonna go with no. I think they're just hanging around instead. That's okay, though. There's a whole world out here for us to explore. Anyway, back over here with Kelvin. I think we want to do our part to make sure he stays safe, and that involves using the game's comprehensive building system. So we'll just put a log here, and then we'll put one here, and one more right there. Okay, it's a solid start. And now rinse and repeat. Again and again. Okay, this looks pretty good. We took Kelvin and we encased him in his own little wooden tomb. Meanwhile, over here in inventory land, we've got ourselves a fancy lighter. Well, that's not the kind of lighter I was expecting. Can we use it to set these logs aflame? Does not appear to be the case. Well, that's okay. I've got a backup plan for this, which of course is gonna use more logs. One of the building things we can do is drive stuff into the ground. Here, watch, like this. And then after that, we can put down another piece. Look at that. We've made a log ramp. All we have to do is walk up on this, hop over, and we can happily see that our guy is still suffering. But the fun doesn't stop here. We can use these logs for oh so many things. For example, you can put two like this and space it out, and then put a cross beam in the middle, add another beam down like that, and now look at that. That arrow is clapping for us. What does it mean? Well, I'll tell you. Ta-da! And then with just a couple more logs, we can turn all this abstractness into a ramp. Wow, what a deal. And then we can walk right up here, and there's even more fun to be had. Oh, don't worry, he's fine. What I'm worried about, though, is that log barely made it in. So instead of risking them not going in like that one, we're gonna actually split these things up into bite-sized little pieces. What an absolutely versatile system. And now that they're smaller, look how easily they go in. There's plenty of room for extra logs. I wonder if we can just throw these from here. Hey, Kelvin, heads up. Thanks, I thought it was a good shot too. Yeah, that seems pretty good, doesn't it? And the best part about this is because of the way this build system works, we can make a little window to check in on him. What's with all the crying? I'm helping you out. Hello? Oh good, you're still in there. I'm here to finally pick you up. Yep, there we go. How are you doing, buddy? Hey, wake up. I need you to pay attention through all the clipping walls and stuff. Now, you can't see it because of all the logs, but we're basically making sure that he's awake. All right, Kelvin, ready to get out of here? Are you serious? You want to play peekaboo? Oh, what a jokester you are. Okay, so here's Kelvin's deal for real. He can't hear anymore, and for whatever reason, he doesn't talk, but he sure can smile. Yeah, that's a good Kelvin. Anyway, the way we get him to do stuff is we go between various orders like follow me, or get certain kinds of items, and so on and so forth. You ready to go on an adventure, Kelvin? Yeah, you are. You know he's excited because his eyes rolled back in his head. Okay, let's leave all this behind and go into the forest. Kelvin, you still...
What happened? Like, okay, was it just the fall? Like, because he took no fall damage except for, like, apparently now being deaf. All right, I know that that is not the point of this video at all, but I'm so confused about the logistics of that. Like, how he, A, survived, B, why his only actual issue is deafness, and C, why did that make him writhe around like a fish on land?
With me? Yeah. Now, before we get too deep into our journey of going through the forest, let's take a look at some of our wild tools we have here, like other people's random meds. In real life, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but hey, in the forest, apparently this is perfectly normal. And we'll wash it down with this nice energy drink. Bottoms up. Ah, littering. I love it. Anyway, the thing that matters the most to us right now, besides all this shade blocking my inventory, thank God we have these handy dandy controls. Ah, yes, much better. Anyway, the thing we care about is this right here, the GPS tracker, which is oh so helpful to our journey. See, there's us, and that K is Kelvin. Look how mobile he is now, and not at all sinister before he saunters off into the woods.
Bye.
Anyway, there's a bunch of things we can learn from this, like there's the crashed helicopter. And wait a minute, what is this? Is this a cave? Hey, Kelvin, you just stay there in the bushes, okay? I want to check out what that cave was. Let's see, if I were a cave, where would I be? Well, this looks promising, especially with these toilets out front. I mean, utility buckets. And more importantly, a human skull.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I didn't even
I'm glad
see
you
that.
can not only palm it, but you can use it to try to scare people.
That's good. Hello, I am the heel skull. So I'm gonna have to pause every so often to drink some water.
Like, for example, hey, Kelvin. Oh, hello. Hey, Kelvin, what do you think of this? Oogity boogity.
He did not like
he's
that.
impressed. Anyway, let's see about getting into this hole. And unfortunately, we can't skull our way in. So I guess it's axe o'clock. Okay, let's go. Yep, this
Good
is a
idea.
cave, all right. I don't know why, but Kelvin won't follow me in here. That's fine. More stuff for me. And more importantly, it's really, really hard to see. Okay, we have some bats and more creepy caves. Not to mention whatever this is down here. After all, what can possibly go wrong? You know, like with all these bones on the ground.
There's lights too, like, which is also, that would disconcern me if I crash landed on an island like this, and then I found a creepy cave full of human bones and then random like flashlights.
Ow, what hit me? You know, never mind. I think I'm good not knowing. Look, I'm sure it's fine. I'm just gonna keep on going and hope it doesn't follow me. Oh, hello. Pardon me and excuse you. And before you know it, we're coming to something much cooler, like whatever this is. Ooh, a stun gun. Say no more. And not just that, but it looks like we have an extra clothing option too.
Did that, okay, I'm sorry, but did that thing, as it passed by, did its whole self just open up? Like with teeth? I need to go and see. See, this was horrible too, whoever this is.
No, never mind.
Okay, and then that thing just comes crawling out. This is horrible.
I think I'm good not knowing. Look, I'm sure it's fine. I'm just gonna keep on going and hope it doesn't follow me.
What were those, like, the creatures called in the time machine? The Mongoths or the... I don't remember, but like it's giving me those, like, whenever I imagined those creatures in the time machine, like those like cave dwelling creepers, like Mulgos. Something, I thought it was an M. I don't know. If you know what those things were called, that's what these guys are giving me like vibes of. Okay, I want to see if this thing's like fate, like whole thing opened up.
Oh, hello.
Okay, so it's jelly-like, very slick.
Pardon me. And excuse.
Yeah, it looks like 100%. Can I do that? Oh my god. Ugh, look at this whole situation here. Oh my god. Ah, that's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Excuse you. And before you know it, we're coming to something much cooler, like whatever this is.
But they don't seem to be hurting him at all. So it's like, okay, you know what? You just do you, creepy cave monsters.
Ooh, a stun gun. Say no more. And not just that, but it looks like we have an extra clothing option too. Anyway, it looks like that might be all that's around. I mean, except for this. But we don't really get to see what's happening over there quite yet. And I'm sure it's fine. Creepy things moving in the distance, no big deal. Anyway, let's rush back to Kelvin with our new toy. Yeah, pardon me, please. See, look at that. We're already back outside.
Yeah.
Kelvin, are you still here? Oh my god, there you are.
Are we gonna tell Kelvin about the creepy purple cave monsters? Because if not, that could be very funny later on.
Kelvin, I thought I'd lost you. Think fast. Ah, it feels so good, doesn't it?
What?
For us, I mean. Hey, that was pretty fun, right? Would you like another one? Oh, that Kelvin, what a kidder. Hey, Kelvin, I'm sorry about that. No hard feelings, okay? Here, how about this? I have an item for you. Here, have this nice leather jacket that I just found. Oh, I see. You've never looked cooler. Now I'm not gonna feel bad when I shoot you with this thing. Anyway, let us proceed. Oh, yeah, this looks promising. Oh boy, we have a dig site. And I know that because as I get close, it shows me a shovel icon. And I definitely don't have one of those. But you know, it does look like the sun is going down. And we're gonna need a place to sleep. So what could be better than right here? Now, let's not get too fancy. We're just gonna lay out a nice tarp right on top of this. There, it's ready. And now we'll just prop it up with a handy dandy stick. I'm ready to sleep on what might be someone's grave, if we're lucky. Well, good night. And just like that, a brand new day. A whole day ahead of us to— oh, Kelvin, I want you to be honest with me. Did you watch me sleep all night? I'll take that as a yes, and for once, I'm not going to give you the breakfast of champions. Now, we could just leave all this stuff behind, but I feel like we got to secure this job site first. What happens if somebody smarter than Kelvin comes across it? We can't have them digging up this treasure or body or whatever is down here.
So what is the point of Kelvin then? He does seem to just sort of stand there and be straight. And like, is he just your gopher? He just collects stuff for you?
Kelvin, I need you to get me some logs and put them right here. Hop to it. That's a good Kelvin. You stand here and do all the work, and I'll just watch you. Yes, yes. It feels so good to watch someone else do everything. And to make things worse, I'm gonna throw rocks at him while he does it. Nice work. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Kelvin, come back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Oh, okay. He's fine. I'm glad he's unperturbed by the fact he's now bleeding from his head. He understands that there's vital work to be done. Don't worry, though. I'm doing my part. Hey, Kelvin, think fast. Okay, this seems like a pretty good pile. While he's doing all that work, let's go ahead and get started on this. While the plan is indeed to build something on top of this space, I have to admit, I have an ulterior motive here. We haven't really had a chance to test out what this building system can do, and I, for one, would like to see just how high up we can build.
I mean,
so hold, please.
He literally just like, this character just kind of stops, like, puts things down, and they stay there. He's got some kind of magic wood powers.
Okay, I did a lot of building, like a lot and a lot and a lot. I decided that we needed to see above the tree line, and this seemed like the easiest way to do it.
I love that, like, all of the trees around here are gone now.
Building something of this magnitude took a really, really long time. Thank God I had the help of what's-his-face. Isn't that right? He's fine, he's just resting. Anyway, so how's about I give you the grand tour? And by that I mean it's a bunch of logs and wooden ramps, spanning a glorious 33 floors. And once we make it to the top, you can see that it's not quite finished here. But I figured that was okay. It gives it that kind of always in development look. Plus, we always get a chance to look down at our handiwork.
It's like the Sagrada Familia in Spain.
And there's all the wood we chopped, which is not nearly as much as you'd think it would be. But what a view! We can see all these trees, and the ocean, and that beautiful river right there, not to mention that beach over that direction, and such a stunning view of this mountain. And of course I wanted to build that high, but it turns out building something like this takes a while. Because don't forget, you can only carry 2 logs at a time. Which means that every time I want to grab my 2 logs and take them all the way up there, I have to take the stairs like everybody else. And rushing up these ramps isn't really that big of a deal, but just going up this all the way to the top took a solid 30 seconds. And then I add my 2 logs, and then I have to do it all over again. And each one of these floors, once you count up all the logs plus the pieces that were used to make the ramp, is about 40 logs of floor. That means I have to do 20 trips of floor. It's a lot of running back and forth. It took a whole lot longer, of course, because I had to keep telling Kelvin what to do. You might also be wondering, why are my hands covered in blood? Well, I'll tell you. It turns out you can throw logs into the air and then catch them with your face to absolutely extraordinary results. I also want to see if I can convince Kelvin to come up to the top with me. Yep, stare at my crotch for some reason and nod. Okay, so far so good. He can navigate the stairs, kinda. Okay, buddy, let's go. Come on up. Sorry, these ramps are so hard on you. So something tells me he's not going to be able to find his way up here. Well, what good are you then? Anyway, if he's going to be like that, let's see if we can bring the fun to him. Besides, he's fine. So here's one cool thing we can do.
How, like, okay, like, how is he always, like, the game just lets you continually kill him and there's no consequence.
We bring out our axe, now covered in Kelvin's blood. You can actually, shall we say, customize some things. And normally you would use this for if you wanted to, like, make windows in a structure where there previously wasn't one. Now you can do that. Look how nice that looks. And you can also use that option for if you put a log in the ground like so, and you decide you don't want it quite that tall, you can go up to it and chop it down to whatever customization level that you want. Isn't that something? The possibilities are endless, although I I have to admit, I'm not sure what happens when you cut down a structure here, when it's kind of a load-bearing structure for a lot of way up. Well, I guess only one way to find out. Here we go. Oh, I see. It appears to have self-corrected. Oh my god, and every single floor is sloping now. Wait, can I just do this all over the place? I sure can, and thus I sure will. Oh, now that's too even. We gotta fix that. We'll just take it down yet another notch. There we go, and there we go.
Oh
that's
god.
looking exceptional now. Well, Kelvin seems unperturbed, despite the fact that right behind him, all of the ramps are, taking on interesting characteristics now. Okay, well now we have to keep going.
Yeah.
Anywhere that lets us chop needs to be chopped, and turn the entire thing into a weird work of art. I just can't believe it lets us do this.
It really is the Sagrada Familia. But I want to see who the Sons of the Forests are and what happens when you release a psychopath on them.
Over and over and over. And it's not like every single one. Like, there's some that just don't let you do it, but a lot of them you can. So really, why wouldn't we accept all offers? Oh yeah, look at all the good we've done in here. Calvin, I'm glad you're still standing there. And even past him, it gets even worse. Oh my god, this is fantastic. And also, despite how horrible it looks, you can still navigate it, which is good because there's a ton more beams we need to cut down. And really, if these ramps are getting too hard to climb up, no problem. We'll just customize the layout until everything fits better. And don't worry, everything is still totally navigatable. I mean,
oh my
kinda.
God.
It does get a little weird at parts, but everything's still functionally there and totally gets the job done. And by gets the job done, I mean it gets us closer to pillars that we can chop to make things worse. See, this is the architecture I'm in it for. You know, it's weird, but for some reason this is getting harder and harder to climb. Couldn't say why for sure, but I'm sure it's nothing I did. But you know, all things considered, still pretty stable. I mean, kinda. Stable by our standards. And also, if there's structures in the way, you can just pull them out and get them out of there. I like how some of it isn't even connecting anymore. Okay, finally made it to the top, and it sure is looking very normal, very us. Just remember, it used to look like this, and now it looks like this. What a lovely sight this all is. And at this point, it's kind of like, I'm not really sure how to get down without hurting myself. But let's step back for a second, and I'll show you something I found along the way. As I was wandering around at some point, I came across this beautiful stream. Let's even stop for a drink of water. I'm sure that's plenty safe, just like whoever was riding in this cart. Anyway, check out what's right past it. Yet another cave entrance. Except this one takes us somewhere that's going to be very exciting for us, because as you can see, it leads us into a facility of sorts. And in this place, we have all kinds of exciting goodies, because conveniently down here in this lab is a 3D printer. Look at all the fun things we can make. Arrows, a creepy mask, and also a sled. I think this is what we need in our lives right now. Well, so far this looks like a sled, all right. Wait a minute, what? Is it like the first part of a sled? Oh, nope, it's the whole sled. And I can also get in by jumping in the air and quickly getting inside. Because
awesome.
Now we can have really fun sled adventures. Which means now I have this convenient little sled. And I have an untested theory that maybe we can use it to get to the ground. Okay, are you ready? Here goes nothing. Huh! Now get in the sled. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, look at that. And a safe landing with all of my health. Well, that was fun. Time to shove this back into my pocket.
Believe that worked. The game mechanics of this are weird.
And now that we're back here all safe and sound, you know, safe and sound, just like how jacked up this looks, especially that mess right there. And I'll never get tired of seeing Kelvin's creepy silhouette just right there. Anyway, we're still not done yet, because now I want it to have decorations. So we're gonna take a little trip through the wilderness to gather some supplies. So there's a bunch of fun decorating we can do. We can make benches and tables, but that's not really what I'm interested in. I'm interested in this, a skull lamp. Doesn't that look festive? And even more exciting is I think I know where to procure some. Hi, fellas. How would you like to contribute to the cause? Uh-oh, I think I made a bad call. And something tells me I need to be a little bit more cautious about how I go about this. But surely even this guy is susceptible to enough rocks, right? Only one way to find out. And I have to do it while also dodging all these other people. Ow! Stop it! Oh, there goes one. And yes, you could do stuff like building spears in this game, but why do that when you can just pelt people with rocks? Isn't that right? Yeah. And 3 and 4. And now all we need to do is deal with this tall drink of water. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you? Get back here. I like that he's like, no, stop. No. Oh boy, this sure is taking a lot of rocks, isn't it? 45, 46, 67, 68, 84. Oh my god, that finally did it. I might have lost count at some point, but it only took hitting him 80-something times in the chest with rocks. Unfortunately, we don't have the skull yet. So hold, please. And there you have it. A nice relaxing pile of heads. Oh, but we're not done yet. There's a little matter of, well, you know where this is going. Hey, Kelvin, look what I found. Rah! You know what? I totally forgot I already had a skull from earlier. Oh,
Yep.
well. But I still expect you to act impressed, Kelvin. Anyway, now we can build our little skull lamp. We'll just take a stick and we'll just put it down like that. Then we'll add a little bit of cloth like that. And last but not least, the skull. Ah, very nice. Well, let's make some more of them. I'm happy that it's so easy to make these.
Yeah, and the fire just immediately happens. This guy really has some dark magic going on, doesn't he, this character?
Turns out there's kind of a downside to these, which is that they're easily knocked over. See, look at that. There they go. So instead, I'll take these things over to my local water supply and just throw them in there. Finally, I'm wasting and polluting like a true American. At least they look nice and menacing, especially as it becomes nighttime. In fact, they're the only thing out here that we can see. Well, at least we know Kelvin's still here. Well, that sounds promising. Kelvin, look out. We've got some company. And this one's wearing a hoodie. Ow! Who could have predicted that they were going to retaliate? Oh my god, Kelvin, you're alive. We got to get out of here right now. And by we, I mean me. Enjoy. Bye. Thanks for your sacrifice. Okay, I think everything's all right. It's daytime now. And my goodness, how nice the tower looks. I wonder and kind of hope that Kelvin's dead. You know, sometimes you just want to bask in how good this looks. Look at all those crappy ramps. Okay, well, that was BS. We got to prepare this thing for next time. So I think I know where I want to begin with this, but I want to test something first. And for that, I need to figure out if Kelvin is still alive. Kelvin? 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 What the hell are you doing? Is this you hiding? Well, stop it. I need you. I'm just so glad he's here.
I love that he was just like next to the spider web, giant spider web. You're just creeping there like... Oh my god.
With me? I don't know what I would do without him. Okay, Kelvin, here's what I need from you. I would like you to stay right here. Can you do that? Good. Anyway, hold still. I want to test something with campfires. Okay, I call that a successful test. And now for test number 2, also known as any excuse to wail on Kelvin. Oh! So it looks like if someone does hover over the fire long enough, then they do eventually catch on fire. I don't think it has to be right over the twigs and berries, but that was his choice. All right, well, let's double the fun with more fires. Hold still. Now, the downside is clearly this doesn't do that much damage, or else I think Kelvin would be dead by now. Uh-oh, Kelvin, don't turn around. There's a bad guy near us. Never mind. Looks like it's a friend. Where did that thing go? Dang it, it's run away. In the meantime, we need to prepare for the next test. And that means getting more logs.
Like, is it a bad guy? Is it just a person who's been living here? Like, is it one of those cave monsters, but out in the light? Oh, so it's like it's not wrong. Like, he says, what happens when you unleash a psychopath? He's the bad guy.
Logs. Okay. Now with these logs, we're gonna build a little something out here. All we need to do is put another one right here next to the first one. And then in short order, this turns into this. A nice little tiny mini prison, which hopefully will be enough to trap one of those guys when they come back. Now we just need to set the bait. No, not you, jackass. Oh, here we go. We've got a contender. I get stopping right there. You gotta stretch your hammies and stuff first. Okay, here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, what are you doing? Stop that. I need to get you in the hole, not around the hole. Okay, come on. Come on, follow me in here. Just do me a favor and don't hit me right now, okay? Okay, that's not helping. That's not helping anybody. Well, the important part is, are you catching on fire or not? You know what I probably need is more fires. Hold on. Yep, watch yourself. Aw, see, there we go. It's not so bad, right? Oh, hey, you know what? That does seem to work, at least for a little while. Seems like what we need to do is make a lot of fires. Like a lot of fires. Like a lot of them. Yeah, this feels pretty good. No big deal, just a nice little circle of fire. And thank goodness I was able to do all this stuff while this guy was occupied. That's the spirit. You're so big and strong. Hey, what's that behind me? Never mind. It looks like this is working. Uh-oh, he's in here with me. Sarah, through the glitchy goodness, did you just throw a skeleton at me? You know, I feel like this isn't working as I hoped it would. He seems uninterested in this fire business. Nope, I take it back. There he goes. Ah, well, that was nice. Well, this seems like the ultimate problem solver, doesn't it? Let's go get some more willing participants.
All you just need is a lot of time, it seems like. That was probably half an hour's worth of work right there.
Participants for the Ring of Fire. Hey, fellas, can I interest you in, what in tarnation is happening here? I didn't realize there would be a whole new threat here. Are you okay? Well, you know what? It's all the same to me. Why don't you guys come with me anyway? Ah, look how good it looks from back here. What a perfect column of flames. Come on. Come on. Oh, looks like you see something you like. I hope it's this column of flames because that's what's about to happen. Don't worry about all that glitchiness. It's good for you. Okay, they're definitely on fire. And scene. Oh, yeah.
Whoa. I mean, you put them out of your misery. That was kind of you. Whatever's going on with that, you definitely helped them out, I think.
To battle the elements. Well, this calls for a celebration. Oh, Kelvin, you're always ready to party. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It looks like I've upset the natives. This might be a little too much for me to handle. Quickly, protect me, tower. They won't follow me up here, will they? Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I think I might have made some bad calls. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh.
Stop hitting that. Oh, good. Well, now you jackasses have done it. Now I've got to build this whole thing all over again. I hope you're happy with yourselves. At least I've still got this. Unlike my tower, this thing will never leave me. I'm gonna go try to find a nice place to use my sled. Seeing as how this place appears to be slightly compromised. I want to thank Opera GX again for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out the browser for yourself, it's free. You can download it right now using my link in the description. So I hope you had fun. I know I did, and still am. And I'll see you next time.
All right, well.
Hey people, Seth here.
That was a random autoplay that just sort of started to happen. So, whoops, my bad. All right, let's... he has a lot of fun with the random builds, doesn't he? Just like, that was impressive. Like, I mean, I would not have the patience, like, for that at all. I think I recently said in a video, it's like talking about grinding. I'm like, I can't, I hate it. I'm like, if it's give me a story, and then I also get distracted by like thinking I'm playing the game wrong a lot of the time. So it's like I don't want to, you know, purposefully get people mad at me in a video game, and I blame being in customer service. Honestly, it's like I don't want even fake people to not like me. But that's also partly because it's like a lot of the times if you make characters in games angry at you, it makes it harder for your play. And I'm already bad enough at video games. I do not need to make it more complicated. But, anyway, the chaos is always real. I've seems like with Let's Game It Out. And I do love the chaos. I like watching the chaos unfold, rather. I mean, it's like, look, I mean, I've got like a little, this is my chaos right here. I got my little Loki guy. Oh, he's green. You can't see him. Yeah, that's the chaos right there. Little floating Loki head. But yes, no, so it's like, I like the chaos. I like the nonsense. I like watching people who are not afraid to just make stuff, like, just go nuts. And they're like, sure, I'll kill my companion. I would be like afraid that if I killed him, then I would have to like replay the beginning again. Like, I mean, Kelvin seems unkillable, so good for him. Love that. Again, don't know. He said there's a story to this game, but he was obviously not caring about the story. So I don't know if Kelvin actually has a purpose. Or if, like, you're supposed to get close to him and care what happens to Kelvin. But he was also not wrong. Kelvin had a very creepy, creepy little... He seems... it's like, yeah, you know what? I might have fun beating him up all the time. Especially since it seems like it doesn't matter. Like, seriously. Like, again, there are certain games that it's like you can kill your player in all sorts of fun ways. And it just sets you back to right before you did the thing. And that's always fun. I always like to, if I know that there's not going to be a real consequence, I will see what nonsense I can get up to. I just need to relax a little bit, I think, when it comes to video games. So watching things like him, watching content creators like him, definitely make me feel a little bit more comfortable with the idea of playing a game, not the way it was meant to be played, but just having fun with it. So good job to Let's Game It Out, because that's taken me a long time to get to. Ooh, I'm discovering a bruise on my wrist. That's fun. Anyway, sorry for that distraction. Like I said, I'm still ill, so this cold medicine is having me have some fun. Thank you very much for joining me today. And if you want to see more stuff from Let's Game It Out, if you want to see more content like this, make sure that you give us a big thumbs up, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you'll always be first to know when we put out new videos. We do put out new videos every single day. And if you can become a patron, we'd really, really appreciate that as well. We really couldn't do this without you. So that being said, without any further ado, I will see you next time. Au revoir.